Frank, the big breaking news here around the Phone Booth Fighting Studio is that this Thursday, April 26th in Chicago at the Laugh Factory, we are going to be live on stage for an 8 p.m. show. And when I say we, I mean Phone Booth Fighting proper. I mean Frank Muir and yours truly. But I also mean the American gangster Chael Sonnen from the You're Welcome podcast. He joins us now on Skype once again. Chael, it's good to see you. And it's even better to know that we are once again reuniting for the live stage spectacle that took Las Vegas by storm. Is that hyperbole, Chael, or was our Vegas run that much of a hit and now Chicago is going to get their first taste of it?
Gentlemen, how are you? I will tell you, it's going to be awesome, and let's just get it out of the way because, Frank, everybody's going to ask you this question. It's Thursday, 12 hours before weigh-ins. You will be on stage. Is this a distraction for you?
A good distraction. I mean, hey, look, we've done all the work at this point. You know how it is as a competitor. You can't sit in your room dwelling upon what's happening. You only can control once you get inside the cage at that point. So I look at it as an opportunity just to relax and, get your mind off the fight, and it's happening anyways.
You know what? I had the same question for him, Chael, because, I look out for my buddy first beyond anything else, and I said, hey, are you sure you want to do this, And he said, yeah, and then I said, well, are you sure you want to prep a stand-up set, you want the kind of distraction? And he said the exact same thing. He's like, no, this is the best thing for me. He's like, I'd be sitting around the hotel room just talking for a couple hours anyway, and so we may as well do it live on stage and sell out the Laugh Factory and do it in front of a live audience with you.
And you know what, guys? And I only ask that because I know Frank's going to get asked that, so we'll get it out of the way. But I share that same mindset. And, Frank, I think we're a little rare on that. Most guys and even their coaches will force it to focus and do it. It's like, guys, the last thing I want to think about is getting locked in a steel cage with a dude having to fight half naked. Let's do anything to get that out of our mind. I find that to be a better approach. But I think you and I are rare. Most guys, they want to just sit and dwell.
So let's give everybody the details on how they can be a part of this show. It's this Thursday night, April 26th, the Laugh Factory in Chicago, an 8 p.m. show. Go to laughfactory.com for tickets. Click on the, it says cities and tickets drop-down menu. Just hit Chicago, and then you'll find it under April 26th. Use the promo code PhoneBooth. That's promo code PhoneBooth for $20 advance tickets. That's going to save you $5 off the ticket, and then I think it's like another $10 if you're doing it at the door. So you definitely save money by buying your tickets in advance and using the promo code PhoneBooth at laughfactory.com. Now, Chael, a couple of elements. First of all, let me just hand it to you for a second. Describe to everybody what the Vegas live stage show that we all did together was like. Some of the highlights for you, what you remember about it, because it was the first time we'd done it, and what kind of made you want to do it again.
Yeah, so it was awesome. I mean, look, the energy's great. It's an intimate atmosphere. We're going to get up and we're going to have a conversation. And Frank and I have plenty of stories that we're going to share, but the audience jumps right in. They start shouting stuff out. They grab a microphone. They ask questions. We just answer them and have a real experience that way. When the whole thing's done, we do a meet and greet. We come down, we talk to everybody personally, shake every hand, get to know everybody, photos, whatever they would like to do. But that seemed to be the really big hit in Vegas. People love some of the stories, and I think at one point Frank even had to remove 3 to 4 weapons to show a demonstration, if I remember right. But it was really a great look. It was an insight, and I will tell you, surprisingly, I had a lot of fun too. I thought the pressure was going to be on us, but it ended up being a lot of fun because the crowd got involved, and so that was my takeaways, and we're going to do it again.
Now, that demonstration he's talking about, Frank, is, of course, the benchmark, signature element of our live stage show, which is Combat Name That Tune. It's fought under EBI rules, and shout out to Eddie Bravo. And it is the combination of Name That Tune and MMA, where I, who possess the uncanny ability to name random classic rock songs in just 1 or 2 seconds generally, compete against you We hit the ground, and the trick is I have to name the random classic rock song that the DJ plays before you can submit me. Now, we want to do that for Chicago, but here's the thing, Chael.
I was wondering if we're going to put a twist on this because of my upcoming bout.
That's right. Explain your concerns, just, to avoid, like, freak injury.
Well, I just figured it'd be one of those dumb things if all of a sudden I go to pull and all of a sudden, I pull a bicep or something. I'm like, wow, you were up on stage 2 days before the fight and doing Name That Tune or combat.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I wish there was another MMA guy around that could probably step in for me.
I wish there was another MMA guy around. Now, Chael Sonnen, you have built a career on being one of these anytime, anybody, any place type of guys. I remember being on the conference call with a very angry Dana White when John Jones didn't have a fight against Dan Henderson because Hendo got injured. You were claiming you would fly there that night and take him on. You've never been afraid of a challenge, so I'm going to put you on the spot right now. You, sir, would you be willing to step in against me and apply your own MMA skills in a rousing round of combat Name That Tune for the fans in Chicago?
I accept.
Ha! There we go. All right. Excellent. And this just confirmed also, Chael, Big John McCarthy is going to be out at the show. He's going to be an on-stage guest. So what I'm thinking here is you and I are competing in combat Name That Tune. Frank Mir returns to his second favorite job, which is color analyst.
There you go.
And we have the best referee in the game refereeing this round of combat Name That Tune, just so he makes sure that you keep everything on a fair level playing field, because after all, you are the bad guy.
I am very shady, and if there's a way to cheat, I will find it. But between now and then, we may not have it. That's awesome. Hey, can I tell you this? I really enjoyed the new Big John, and by new Big John, I mean the fact that it turns out he's a real guy with like real thoughts and opinions, but he was never able to share them because he was always, working with the commissions, and it was kind of in a different realm. It's kind of really nice to have Big John as one of the boys because he fits right in.
Yeah.
That's very true.
No, and I got to travel with him for about the last year. The ACBs, he was reffing there. And when I first found out he was going to be a commentator, I think I was the first one to say, dude, he's a shoo-in. Mm-hmm. You know how many times during the fights in between breaks, I'm like, come over here. What's going on right now? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then his ability to articulate and explain what's happening is just, really second to none.
Well, Chael, we had him in studio, a month or so ago, right about the time that his new role as commentator in Bellator was announced. And we were talking about the fact that, there have been a number of fighters over the years who've made great color analysts, present company included, you and Frank. But that's the fighter's perspective. What we really haven't been treated to in the past, at least on a big scale level like this, is a former referee's perspective, because as Frank will be the first to admit, even as a professional fighter, sometimes rules surprise you. Sometimes you see something and you didn't even realize something was a rule, or something's got to be a no contest versus a disqualification, whatever that is. And boy, when something like that happens, really comes in handy to have the best referee in the game there on your broadcast.
Yeah, I agree, and the buck stops there, right? There's so many times, Frank and I are great examples, and we'll try to explain to someone, go, well, I think that, and then we give our pretty good idea, and usually we're right, but we do have to say, I think, because the rules, there are a few of them that are a little bit weird. We still do kind of defer back to that, well, no biting and no eye gouging mindset. And it's like, well, that's not true. There's pages and pages of rules. But some of them, until they're challenged or questioned, are new waters, even for experienced fighters. So it is very nice with the referee when the buck stops right there. The UFC is doing this thing where they bring in Mark Ratner every now and then. And the one really nice thing about that is there's no wonder left. Boom, that's it. Now we know, like it or not, but now we know.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, so John will be out there with us. That's going to make it a lot of extra fun, too. And Bellator also is getting 100% behind this, which is an exciting thing. The live stage show that Frank and Chael and I are doing on Thursday night, April 26th. Several people in the Bellator PR department have already contacted me. They're bringing everybody out. They're pushing it out through all their social media, which is a really good sign that we're very likely going to sell this thing out. So do not delay. If you're in Chicago or you have a friend in Chicago, let them know about that 8 p.m. show, and laughfactory.com for the tickets. Again, promo code phone booth for $20 advance tickets. What else, Chael? What else about that? Like, you know what? We had a conversation on I guess the last episode about like you know, how we want to keep doing these live shows with you. We want to keep expanding them and things like that. Another thing that was a big hit we did last time. Yeah. And that's the thing. Now, you have already committed to, and that's the elephant in the room, is that if Frank defeats Fedor Emelianenko, he's got you next. Now, a lot of people, Chael, would think, oh, okay, well, they're going to be friendly Thursday night, but then if Chael wins Frank wins Saturday, then, you know, it's going to be a whole different deal. But no, you have already committed to the idea of not only doing another swap cast with us, but I'm thinking if Frank likes a happy distraction 2 days before a fight, and you like a happy distraction 2 days before a fight, we ought to just go ahead and plan to do another one of these live stage shows. What do you think?
I like that idea. I got no problem with it. I will tell you this. I don't know who the champion's going to be, but I do believe the champion will be on the stage next Thursday. Yeah. I think it is going to come down to that. But, you know, let's see how everything goes. I want to add this, though, Richard, for the fans, and I think it's a piece that Bellator is adding. I think it's one of the pieces one of the reasons Bellator has been so supportive of this. But it's an experience, right? When somebody comes out to a fight, particularly in a city like Chicago, that is a destination. A lot of people are flying in, but we want to give them more than to just come to the fights. There's something to do the day before, which is the weigh-ins, and now there's something. Now, for the first time, there's something to do the night before that, which is to come out and see this. So I think that it's important. I want all the fans to know. And Richard, I know when you set the ticket prices, you said, look, I'm not looking to gouge anyone. I want everyone to be able to come. So let's just slash these prices, get people in the door, make sure everybody can have some fun. We're going to do our part.
That's the plan, and that's what I told the Laugh Factory, and they were 100% behind it. Turns out they're big MMA fans there, the general manager and his crew. So it's going to be a very welcoming environment for all the MMA fans. Like I said, Bellator 100% behind it. You never know who else is going to show up, too. I mean, we're just giving you the names that are announced to be there, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other surprise guests, too. All right, before I let you go, Chael, I got to ask you, I think this is a new addition since the last time we Skyped, or I've just never noticed it before. Is that a Richard Nixon straw campaign hat over your right shoulder?
Let me grab this thing. Somebody gave me this. This was a gift. And is it in the view? This actually precedes me. I wasn't alive for Nixon, so I don't know that I share an opinion. But the story behind the hat, allegedly, was a gentleman was at an actual campaign rally and was actually given this hat. This is an official hat. Now, that probably makes it worth about 99 cents. But I thought there's something historic about this. I'm at least going to treat it with respect and make sure that it doesn't get wet and all of those things. So, yeah, that's a Richard Nixon hat, but not because I really know all that much about Richard Nixon.
Yeah, no, that probably is, because back then, that whole straw hat thing, that was the craze on campaign trails. Like, everybody had the straw hats. You see them like the Kennedy campaign.
You know that more from history too, though. Yeah, you were a kid. I mean,
I was
5, 6 years old.
No, I was like 2.
2, okay.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't born when Nixon was elected.
No,
I was 2 when he got
Watergate.
reelected, and I was 3 when he had to excuse himself.
The Watergate thing. Okay, so 3 years old. Yeah. So I mean, that's all before your time too.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the fun thing. We're all students of history here. We're all old souls, which enables us to have those conversations as well. That's a cool item. I actually collect like old campaign buttons and things like that. Those are always fun, Chael. Yeah, cool. Yeah, his campaign slogan, that one said Nixon now. The other campaign slogan he had was Nixon's the one. And there's a famous photo of a woman who went to a rally who was probably 8 months pregnant holding a big sign that said Nixon's the one. And boy, back then that was controversial business. Now no one would even think anything of it, but they were like, oh my gosh, what are you saying about the president? All right, Chael. Listen, buddy, we're going to see you Thursday night, April 26th at the Laugh Factory, 8 p.m. show. Get those tickets now. Hopefully, by the time this posts, we have not sold out, but they did tell me when I checked with the Laugh Factory yesterday that tickets are moving at a brisk pace. So remember that promo code Phone Booth to save in advance $20 tickets. Thanks, buddy, and we'll check in with you Thursday when we get to Chicago. Yeah.
Cool, gentlemen. I do have one question, and Frank, this is the competitor in me, but what are you planning to weigh in at for this fight? You look around 272. Am I close?
No, I'm actually about 260 right now.
Oh, geez. Did I insult? I didn't mean to. All right, good. No, well, you look big and strong. I can tell you that much.
No, I feel good. I mean, I feel awesome. Yeah, I've been waking up probably, 258 to 262, just depending on how well hydrated I am.
Yeah.
Good. All right, cool. All right, gentlemen, onward and upward.